ahead.
On behalf of Chief Raul Quezada, thank you for inviting the police department, and so I'm here to speak on behalf of the department on this very troubling topic. Obviously, there is certainly a heightened level of fear and anxiety throughout the community about the recent changes in posture in terms of immigration. And one of my main goals tonight is to try to quell some of that fear and answer questions and provide some education, specifically the differences between the Anaheim Police Department and the federal immigration officers. I know there's a lot of questions and a lot of fear, and you just got a very brief introduction to things you should and shouldn't do when contacted by federal immigration and by police. So please understand that my police department is tasked with delivering public safety for all the residents and visitors in this city and in this community. Our mission is not to enforce federal immigration law. And in that public safety mission, we work with residents, we have community policing programs, we have youth programs. The majority of what we do has nothing to do with enforcement or taking people to jail. That does happen sometimes, but please understand that our mission is completely different from that of ICE. So, es muy importante entender que necesitamos trabajar en asociación con toda la gente en todos los vecindarios in our community. So we cannot do our job without the support and the cooperation of the community. We want residents to call the police. We want residents to tell us about crime in their community, to tell us about gang members, to tell us about what's going on to improve the quality of life on their streets and in their neighborhoods. And we completely understand that those phone calls might not happen if there's a fear of deportation. So you've heard the term 287G. The Anaheim Police Department does not participate in the 287G program. We did have an ICE agent in our jail about a decade ago. We haven't had one in over 10 years. We don't ask immigration questions in the field. We shouldn't be. If you hear of that, we want to hear about that. We want to know if our officers are asking questions about status, questions about country of origin. That's not what we want our officers to ask. It's not part of the criminal investigative process. And so if that's happening, please tell us. I'll leave my cards. We have a website you can go to. There's many ways to get that information to us anonymously. It's counterproductive to what we're trying to do. We don't honor immigration detainers. An immigration detainer is a request from ICE to hold a person beyond the point that they normally would have been released from custody. So if someone's arrested for whatever crime and they have finished their court appearances, or they've posted bond, or for whatever reason we normally would have released them, the detainer requests that we hold them for up to 2 days, not including Saturdays and Sundays, for ICE to come and take custody of them. We don't honor ICE detainers. I need to make sure everyone understands that. We require a judicial order or an arrest warrant for us to hold that person. So when we detain someone, whether it be for probable cause of a crime has been committed, or probable cause because a judge told us to, which is a warrant, then we will. But absent that, a detainer is not sufficient probable cause. Recently, we've heard a couple of examples of the level of fear in the community about immigration. And as recently as last weekend, there was an event at a park, and we heard from some parents that they're explaining to their children what to do in the event they're deported. That if I'm suddenly gone when you come home from school, contact this person, here's where the paperwork is, and here's the things to follow. That is devastating for us to hear. We don't want families torn apart. It's not what we want to see. It doesn't help anyone. The children are left traumatized. the neighborhood suffers. So we completely understand the level of fear. We also have heard at our Family Justice Center, we have the only Family Justice Center in the county where we serve victims and clients who might be suffering from family violence, including domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse, or elder abuse. In that center, one of our partners is Chapman University that assists clients with immigration, with U visa application processing. We've heard from them directly that they're hearing from their clients that there's a reluctance to come to the center because of the appearance that it's a police or it's official, it's a government entity, therefore I'm not going to go in there. Please understand, we don't ask those questions at the center. We don't care about immigration status. We provide free legal aid there. We provide emergency protective orders. The whole goal is to make sure that the victim is in a safer place. So if we start asking those questions, or if there's a fear of if they go there, they're going to have to fill out a police report, they're going to have to testify. None of those are requirements. But if that is what people believe, they're going to stop coming, and that's counterproductive to what we're trying to do there. You don't have to have that justice center. It costs us a tremendous amount of money and manpower. We do it because it serves the community and there's a huge need for it. So I will certainly be here for questions, but otra vez es muy importante para toda la gente aquí entender que nosotros no podemos que cumplir nuestra misión sin ustedes, sin la ayuda y el soporte de toda la gente en la comunidad. Okay? Otra vez gracias y